All right. Hello. We are back. It is me. It is Kitco. I never even introduced myself during the first two episodes. But yeah, we're back in the 999s. It is now the next day for me, so I've had a chance to kind of sit and think over some of the things that have happened and stuff like that. I realized that I was a little bit silly in thinking that that ninth guy had to die in order for us to go through those two doors at the beginning. I guess my mind was so caught up on the numbers 3 and 5 that were shown to us that my brain just automatically went, oh yeah, 3 and 5 make 8. That means only 8 people could go through both those doors. But that's not true at all. We could have split up like 5 people through one door and 4 people through another door. So I was wrong on that one. I don't know why my mind did that to me. Another thing that I noticed that's more just like a neat little tidbit thing. I thought it was pretty weird that the number of seconds that they have to like keep themselves from exploding whenever they go through a door is like very specifically 81. I was like, that's very specific number for that, but then I realized that the digital root of 81 is 9, and that's the number of this game. So that was a neat little thing. And that's basically all I realized. I didn't do a whole lot of thinking about like plot and what's going on. I kind of just, I'm going with the flow for now. I feel like I'll get more context and stuff like that as we go on. So I'm just gonna kind of get to playing. Yes. Oh, that's also another thing that I wanted to try out is I wanted to try switching to the other like mode, because I realized that the like adventure mode or whatever that this is in right now, it gets rid of context of like actions and stuff like that, and I don't know if that's incredibly important or not. I realized that there was like a little bit of confusion with like some of the things that was happening that probably would have given context in the like novel mode. But I don't know. I find it really odd that they chose to like completely get rid of narration in these boxes. Like I feel like that could have been easy to just add in like internal narration that Junpei is making over like who's doing things. But what did you sound? Good job, Junpei. Good, now we can get going. Come on, what are you guys standing around for? Let's get out of here. All right, Santa Claus, let's go. Come on, Junpei, let's go. All right, let's go. I imagine we're going to meet up with everybody else, because I would assume that they went through a hallway similar to this too. You found it! So I imagine we'll like come out the same side.
Another hallway.
I could be wrong though.
Come on, open!
Right, let's try this. A short distance away, a metal gate extended across the width of the hallway.
It's not going to open because you rattled it, you know.
Damn it!
They took hold and shook, but it refused to move.
Look over here!
Nearby was a pair of elevators.
And the buttons? Of course they don't work.
The power must be out here too, just like by the staircase.
That leaves this door. Well, looks like we don't have any choice. Yeah.
Sure does.
Well then, let's open it.
All right, here I go.
Junpei grabbed hold of the knob and quietly pushed the door open. It's a kitchen. He entered slowly, trying to take in as much of his surroundings as he could. The others followed shortly.
Oh, so it's a kitchen.
Is there food? Santa did not look pleased.
What were you expecting?
Isn't it obvious? The exit. I was hoping this would be the way out of here.
No, the door didn't have a 9 on it, so obviously
You really
it couldn't
think
be.
it'd be that easy?
Yeah, I know. Still.
As they talked, Lotus headed deeper into the room. Until at last she stood in front of a door.
If we can just get through this door, we should come out on the other side of that grate we saw earlier.
Why didn't he read that? What? But don't we need a key for that?
No good.
Sorry, I guess that wasn't very constructive. Neither Junpei nor Lotus looked terribly happy. Is this another room that we gotta get
Anyway,
through?
let's take a look.
Junpei dug the ship map from his pocket and spread it out in front of him. As he did,
Hey,
this is such a blurry map, it's hard to look at.
What's that?
Huh? Oh yeah, I guess I forgot to tell you. I found this a little while ago. It's a map of the B deck.
Before Junpei could finish, Lotus snatched the map away from him.
let me see that.
She ran her finger across it, muttering to herself.
See? Look.
Yes, hold your horses.
Junpei did as he was told.
What did you figure out?
Santa and June moved closer to look at the map as well.
This is handy.
Dude, so far in the novel mode hasn't really added much context. It just means I have to talk more. I'm gonna switch back to this.
See? We came in here. Now if we go out there, then we'll be on the other side of the grate.
How about that? She's right. We can get out through there.
How can you read this
There
pixely
you go.
map?
Here, you can have it back.
Thanks.
There's a card reader on the right side of the door.
And that means the key card is somewhere in here, right?
Assumedly.
That seems the most likely.
All right, we know what we need to do then. Let's get moving. First off, I say we split up and look for clues.
Split up where?
Okay.
Of course we're going with June, because that's how this works, right? Ugh. Why was splitting up to look at a kitchen? Unless, was there another area that I just didn't notice? Okay. That's the door we just... Oh. I thought this was the door we were trying to open. There's milk in here. Milk in an iron barrel. Judging by the rust, it's probably really old. Maybe we shouldn't open it up. Yeah, that's probably... I don't think it'd be a pretty sight. That's wise. There's a bottle behind there. Hey. There's something behind the cheese. You're right. Why don't we move some of the cheese? I like how it has to say, is this cheese on it? Like, we need to let you know that this is cheese. That could be bread or something. Alright, guys. Time to move it. June and I need to look behind you. Oh, he's talking to the cheese. There's a little green bottle back there. Bottle of oil. Oh look, cooking oil. You could probably use this to make something slippery. Alright. Do I have to click every cheese? This is Gouda cheese. The most famous Dutch cheese. If you don't cut open the casing, it usually won't go bad. So you can store it at room temperature for quite a while. So we can eat this? Most likely. I'm not hungry at all. I guess it's hard to get hungry in a situation like this. Cheese, sweet. Cheese, sweet. I'm so paranoid that there's gonna be like one cheese that I don't click. Because of that. Those freaking bunk beds. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna chance it. There's so much stuff in here. A whole lot of cans. It's probably a pantry. Cans lining every shelf here. A knife. All right, we got it.
Rusty knife?
A rusty knife.
I don't think we'll be able to use it while it's like this.
I mean, you could stab stuff with it. You could probably, well, I was gonna say you could open a can of food, but you'd get rust in it.
It's futile.
Oh,
Futile?
okay.
You know, a waste, useless, pointless.
Oh. Any particular reason you wanted to bring that up?
Oh, no reason really. I was just thinking about futility.
Huh? Why were you thinking about futility?
Well, it has something to do with the Titanic.
The Titanic?
Yep. Have you ever heard the story that the sinking of the Titanic was predicted?
Oh my god, here's another. This is gonna be another like mummy story. I think I actually have, but I'll say I haven't.
No, I haven't. What is it?
In 1892, 14 years before the Titanic sank, a novel was published. It was called Futility. It was written by an American novelist named Morgan Robertson. The story was about a big cruise ship colliding with an iceberg and sinking.
I mean, just because a person writes a book about it doesn't mean it's predicted something.
Of course, if that was the only similarity, there wouldn't be any reason to mention it.
Okay. Yeah, she caught me. That's exactly what I was thinking.
The name of the ship, its nationality, course, departure time,
Was it named Titanic?
size, displacement, maximum speed, number of passengers and crew, the number of lifeboats, even the location of the accident itself, and the cause and the location of the damage. Everything matches the Titanic almost exactly.
Wait, you said the name of the ship. Was it actually called the Titanic in the book? And they named the boat after that?
It was almost as if he'd seen the whole thing happen.
Maybe he
This
did.
book was written 14 years before the Titanic sank.
Okay, I don't know if this is true or not. I don't know if this is the kind of thing that I remember, like, thinking of for, like, prediction of Titanic sinking. It just sounds like a conspiracy theory thing.
But that's not all. It wasn't just futility that predicted the sinking of the Titanic. There were two other similar stories written by a man named William Thomas Stead.
Okay, that's a real person, because I know that name.
Both of them before the accident. One in 1886 and one in 1892. Stead wrote two stories that had striking similarities to the Titanic disaster. In one, two ships collided. Many of the passengers died because there weren't enough lifeboats. In the other, a ship collided with an iceberg and sank.
I don't know. I mean, I'll give you that it seems a little weird, but...
I mean, the fact that multiple people had written about it, though, means... Like, if it had just been a singular book that was very specific to what had happened in the Titanic, that'd be a little suspicious. But the fact that multiple people have written about it means that it's more of a common idea than you would think, right?
I'm pretty sure it wasn't too uncommon for ships to hit icebergs back in the day, or even other ships.
Right, I knew you'd say that.
Hmm?
But what if Stead had some sort of special powers? To be
Oh
more
my
specific,
gosh.
what if he had the ability to do automatic writing?
What?
What? Automatic writing? Wait, are you talking about when someone's possessed by a spirit and then they write a bunch of stuff without knowing what they're writing?
What, a spirit of someone who hasn't even
Yes.
died yet? What?
What do you mean, yes? That stuff's a load of bull.
That doesn't make any sense at all. She's saying a ghost of somebody who hasn't even died yet possessed somebody.
But Junpei, you said you believe in curses.
Oh. Is she remembering what I say?
Come on, that's totally different. Okay, let's say, hypothetically, that automatic writing isn't a total load. These guys still couldn't have predicted the sinking of the Titanic.
Yeah, ghosts don't know the future.
When this Stead dude wrote his thing, nobody had died on the Titanic yet.
Thank you, Junpei.
So if automatic writing is about being possessed by dead people, who the hell possessed him so he could write that stuff?
That's not it.
What's not it?
Stead wasn't possessed by a spirit. He was doing the possessing.
What are you talking about?
What are you smoking?
Yeah, exactly. What the heck?
William Thomas Stead was a passenger on the Titanic.
Was he?
He just wrote down what he saw with his own eyes 20 years before it happened.
What?
Well, why don't we talk about this some other time?
Yeah, maybe when we're not on a time limit.
Huh? But
Come on, let's get back to it.
Thank you. That's just because I picked up a knife. Okay. We're really in trouble. I know I'm just repeating myself, but this is really a futility moment. That blade is so rusty. Yeah, I know. We can't cut a damn thing with a knife like this. If we're going to cut anything, we probably have to sharpen the knife. Is there a sharpener? Oops. Sorry, cheese. Looks like some kind of large, tin container. Thin container. Well, it's empty. Gosh. Oh, it didn't click the light, but I assume it's fine. It's a lot of notes. They got a bunch of stuff written on them, but it doesn't look like a code or anything like that. Wow. This pot looks like it's made of silver. I bet drinking tea from this pot would be really yummy. I have a silver teapot. Spending a day off with June, drinking tea. Could such a day ever happen for me? Jumpy? Oh, nothing. We don't really need hot water, so we should be moving on. Isn't there something under that, or is that just a plate? Wow, Jumpy, you can reach really high. Heh, yeah. I can jump pretty high. Here we go. What? Did he jump and touch the light? Alrighty. Plats. There's a bunch of little wavy ridges on this plate. Those plates are for serving meat. Ugh, you really are ignorant, aren't you? Come on, it's not like I need to know this crap. Jeez. Yeah, really. Who cares? I think there are 15 of those plates. I'm assuming they're for seafood. How the hell can you tell that? They look just like any other plate from the 99-cent store. If you ever take a lady out to dinner, you're going to embarrass yourself. I feel sorry for June. Dude, not all ladies know about different plates. I certainly don't. Ugh. What? What? Why the hell are you bringing up June? The lady doth protest too much, methinks. You are not terribly subtle. Yeah, really, they are not. 1, 2, 3, there's 10 of them. If you flip these over, they look like cats. The middle is super deep for a plate. Is it a bowl? Yeah. They're soup plates. They're made that way so that the soup doesn't spill. If we ever get out of here, you should treat yourself to a nice dinner out. What makes you think a poor college student has the money to do something like that? Did we ever establish that we were college students? Because I didn't know that. Those 9 plates look pretty expensive. They're plates for appetizers. Remember, appetizers usually come on square plates. Okay, well, excuse me, princess. There's a voucher at the end of the counter. This voucher doesn't match the number of plates on the table. What? It says appetizer 9, meat dish 10, soup A, what? Seafood dish F on the voucher. And the plates on the table are 9 appetizer, 16 meat, 10 soup, 15 seafood. Oh my god, is this... Hold on, is this the math thing? Do I have to bust out my old math book to look at heckin' binary math to get the numbers and the letters to match up? Is there a way that I can review what she just said again? Yes. Alright, okay, maybe that math class was worth it. It'll help me solve puzzle games. That one math class that I took. Maybe they're using hexadecimal here. And hexadecimal is... I know this one. It's a number system that goes 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F, 10, 11. You're familiar with base 10, right? That's the normal system of numbers. Because yeah, the hexadecimal is like... Is it base 16 or something? I don't know. I don't remember. I pushed this all in my head. The base 10 equivalents for hexadecimal numbers would go like this. A equals 10, B equals 11, C equals 12, D 13, E 14, F 15. Yeah. So yeah. And 10, 16. Wait, what? Okay. The 10 becomes 16 in base 10. I know it sounds strange, but you can think of it as... Oh my god, I just like zoned out in the middle of reading that. I know it sounds strange, but you can think of it as just 6 letters added to the normal number system after 9. A10, blah, 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 so on. I don't remember this part, though. 10 equals 16. Maybe it's a different system I remember. I think I get it. Because whenever I used it, it was for, like, binary number systems and stuff. And I guess it was hexadecimal, but... This looks like a serving table. I would imagine food is put here after it's prepared, so that the waiters and waitresses can take it out to the customers. But something doesn't seem right here. Why are there so many plates? It's a mystery. Oh, cool. This is probably what you're supposed to use to enter the password. Maybe if we put in the right number, it'll open the door. It's probably to do with the plates, right? Just back off for now. All we got here is a pot and a frying pan. Oh, and a pressure cooker. Well, I guess we could make some of... We could make use of some of those as weapons. What kind of an idiot are you? You're gonna run around holding that thing while you're looking for the dead? Hey man, it was just a joke. Why are you so serious? Bottles of seasoning here. There's a pot on the stove. If there are some ingredients around here, I could cook something up for us. You could cook up some cheese. There's some cheese in the back closet there. Lotus, you can actually cook? Who the hell do you think I am? You better believe I know how to boil hot water and put in my instant noodles. What? Okay. And I can boil eggs too. Alright. So I guess not a big cook there. It's a card reader. Since the light's red, I figure it's probably still locked. The key for it's gotta be around here somewhere. We just gotta find it. Damn it, didn't work. Doesn't matter how many times you try it. This door isn't going to open until we've solved all the puzzles in this room. I'm sure this is all just part of Zero's plan. I can't imagine what his motives could be. This is the door we came in through. It's not locked, so we could go back out, but what's the point, right? All that's out there is an iron gate and a dead-end hallway. Yup. Might as well be locked for all the good going back out there do. Right? Wait, what was... Okay. We spin too fast. I lose my bearings. Damn it, there's nothing in here. Hey Santa, digging through the trash really suits you. What the hell did you say? Listen, lady, I did you a favor. I knew you'd just piss and moan, so I did it for you. Oh my. I didn't recall asking you to do anything. Ugh. I ought to throttle you. Excuse me? What? Does it feel colder in here? A trash can. Nothing inside of it. Well, better than being full of rotten food, I suppose. My cat is meowing at me trying to solve these puzzles. Hello?
Hello, Gigi? Don't just meow.
Don't just sit behind me and meow. That's not gonna do anything. I can't even pet you there.
You're a silly cat. Come here. Help me solve these puzzles. Ugh. Ugh. There we go. Now we got a baby to help us solve a puzzle.
Alright, I guess the one on the right doesn't mean anything. Oh, a countertop. There's a rolling pin and a colander here. Nothing useful. You know what a colander is, but not what a shower head is. Okay. A sink. Still got water in it. There's a couple of plates in here, but I don't think that they're gonna help us much. Looks like pretty clean water, which means it would have been used soon. Oh, a whetstone. We can sharpen the knife. A whetstone? What are you planning to do with that? Aw, shit, don't tell me you're gonna try and smash open the card reader with a whetstone? Are you an idiot? If you do that, then we'll never get out of here. Oh. Yeah, I guess that would be bad, huh? This whetstone only gonna be useful if we need to sharpen something, like a knife. What do you got there? A knife! No! You'll use the whetstone, sharpen the knife. Blade of the knife is getting sharper by the second. Should be able to cut something pretty good with this. Yay, now we have a normal knife. So, I guess you managed to sharpen the knife, Junpei. Who are you gonna stab with that? No one. You could probably cut something soft with that. The cheese? I'm gonna assume it's probably not the cheese. Maybe this table is for preparing food. There are plates everywhere. Oh, I see where we are now. Alright, it's going. Do you think this was all part of Zero's plan? Probably. Kinda hard to believe there's a chef on board somewhere. I wonder what this drawer is. You see the metal grate on top of the grill? They make it like that so the fat and juices can drip off of the meat while it cooks. Looks like an area under the plate opens up. No, you can't. I already checked. It's sealed shut. I think that's where the coal goes. Is that it? Can we use the knife to try and shimmy it open? Wow, what a nice dish rack. I'd love to have that in my kitchen. She just wants to take all the items. First the sofa, and now that. Why don't you take a bath with you? Are you offering to carry it for me? Why don't you ask Seven? You're kidding. You don't honestly think I'd let a beast like that into my home, do you? Wow, rude. Hello? There are lights, buddy. No weird about that. Alright, well then why'd you give me the option to click it? And we're back here. So yeah, I imagine that passcode thing has to do with these. There wasn't any... Hold on, let me see if I can cut a cheese, though. Cheese on the shell. Sweet. I haven't found anything that needs to be slippery or anything yet. I'm just so paranoid that I don't have all the clues that I need yet. Hexadecimal. I wonder if it's some kind of hint. Yeah, maybe. Junpei, do you remember what I told you about hexadecimal code earlier? Yeah, of course I do, but you can tell me again. Alright then, here's a little quiz for you. What would 9 plus F be in base 10? Shoot. B, C, D, E, F. F is 15. 15 plus 9. So that would be, what, 24? Right? But if you're actually doing math like that, you would have to change... Yeah, no. I don't think that's actually... Okay. Never mind! I forget. I did get it right, but I thought there was more to it. Okay, but what does it say? I'm actually gonna write these down. I do remember it, but I want to make sure it's easier to be able to, like, check it. A10, B, C, D, E, F, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Who would have thunk taking college level math would actually be helpful in the real world? Then once you hit 16, it's 10. So 10 equals 16. Okay. That's how you count in hexadecimal. 9 plates. 9. 10. Which would be a... 15. Which is F. Which one did I just click? Okay. 16. Which is 10. Did I click this one already? Okay, I did. See, the only thing is there isn't, Hey Junpei, why don't you try entering the numbers we found on the voucher earlier? The one that said appetizer 9. But there's no... I guess they're saying to translate it into hexadecimal. I mean, translate it from hexadecimal. So, you had to be 9, 10, 15. No, wait, what? Did I miss one? Did I miss clicking one? Hold on. Let me 9, 10, A, F. I feel like I missed something. Yes. Convert the 10, A, and F to base 10. What? That's confusing. Did she give me different numbers or did I mess 9? Or 9, 10. So 9A, F, 10. 9A, F, 10. Dude, she gave it to me in a different order. Looks like the number on the voucher isn't the actual passcode. Alright, what didn't we click? Oh, do we have to put, like, oil on the... Okay, never mind, I guess. What is that? Frying pan, 2 kinds of pots. It's only a partition. There's nothing else worth noting here. Alright, this is gonna be another one of those things where I feel like I've clicked everything. Oh, lights. It's nice to have something finally go our way. What? Oh, because the lights weren't on in the other room? Can I just use my knife? What haven't I clicked? That's not what I wanted to do, game. Thanks. Sink with water in it. There's a couple plates. You could look under the plates. It's an option. Why does it allow me to click that though if there's nothing in it? Let me click every single cheese. Jumpy, you're searching with such tenacity. I don't think you have to search down there. I just want to be sure. Alright, game. Why would you do that? Looks like a bunch of instructions for using cooking utensils. Nothing really suspicious. Oh, what? It's a bolt. And it's really rusty. Will this even open? We won't know till we try. Let's give it a shot. Probably gotta use like oil on it. Alright, let's see if you're gonna come out. Damn. No dice. This bolt is rested in place. It won't budge. Of course. Maybe if I put some oil on it. Hey! Just a little bit of oil and... Come on. Come on. You little son of a bitch. Whoa. Ha! Yes! Got you, you little bastard. You did it, Junpei. You're so smart. Yeah.
Oh, it's cold in here.
Don't get locked
What
in.
is this place?
What is this place?
Blind.
Yeah, it's a freezer.
It's a freezer.
Oh, no way. That's way too cold for me.
Oh.
I'll freeze solid in seconds.
Yeah.
Sorry, but I'm afraid I'll have to pass on this one. I'm going to leave the rest to you.
Oh, whoa. It's really cold in here.
Hey, you don't need to be in here. You had a fever just a little bit ago. You should stay outside. We got this.
No, I'm fine. My fever's gone now.
But
Dude, you can just get a fever and then it go away like in a minute. I don't know what that's all about.
Huh?
What? When the thunderous sound of metal upon metal rang out from behind them. In unison, they spun around to find that the door they had only recently come through was closed. What did I say about closing the dang door? Junpei
No.
rushed to the door.
why did it suddenly close?
Desperately, he grabbed hold of the doorknob.
Ah!
It was cold, beyond cold. Merely touching
The
it was
knob's
painful.
frozen.
But why?
They quickly deduced that the pipe next to the door had ruptured. Okay. I thought the dancer girl just like shut the door on them.
It looks like the pipe next to it broke, and
Water released by the rupture had hit the door and frozen instantly.
Hey, Lotus! You're out there, right? Open the door!
She wasted no time in
What
responding.
do you want? What's going on?
The door won't open! Try opening it from that side, please!
Oh, fine. If you say so. Hold on.
Soon they could hear Lotus on the other side of the door. Then the grunting ceased and they could hear light panting as if from exertion.
It's no use. It won't budge. You've got more people in there. You figure it out.
Oh.
See, June, you should have just went outside.
Damn it.
Santa was shaking like a newborn deer. Well, he's not wearing much either. June was hugging herself and shivering violently. She's at least got like long sleeves and a scarf and stuff. Even Junpei, with the heaviest clothes of any of them, was clearly feeling the cold. With every breath they took, they could feel the cold working its way deeper into their bodies.
anyway, let's find a way out. If we don't get moving, we're gonna be permanent residents.
Two heads are better than none.
That's not how the saying
I'm
goes.
sure we'll figure something out.
Yeah, you're right. Let's just take a good look around this room, okay?
Right.
They pushed in close to one another and began to search. Dry ice. Dry ice. Can you make that stuff cause an explosion if you seal it in something that's airtight? Explode. Yeah, didn't you do that in school? No. Should never underestimate the power of expanding gas. Right. Junpei picked up the dry ice with his sleeves so as to avoid burning himself.
Dry ice is just frozen carbon dioxide, right?
Yeah, it is.
I wonder how warm it has to get for it to turn back into gas again.
Hell if I know. How is that gonna help us anyway?
Oh, well, I figured we might be able to use it to get out of here.
Yeah. They were about to move on when June spoke up.
Carbon dioxide sublimation point is negative 109 degrees. Any warmer than that, and it'll turn into gas. Any lower, and it becomes a solid.
Junpei looked at her dumbfounded. Does that mean this freezer is at negative, less than negative 109 degrees right now? I'm assuming that's Fahrenheit and not Celsius, because,
How do you know that?
actually, I guess they even out after it gets to, like, negative 40 degrees, right?
Despite my looks, I'm the the queen of random knowledge.
Looks bad to mess up when you're showing off.
I believe that the queen of random knowledge, all I've been getting is random knowledge from this game. What the heck was that?
You're so cold your mouth's going numb?
Yeah, that's right.
Why not pick up your little scarf and put it over your mouth?
You're just doing that on purpose, aren't you?
June giggled and did her best to hide her guilt. At least she was still feeling good enough to joke around, Junpei told himself.
Come on, guys. Don't you think that's kind of weird? I wonder why it doesn't turn into a liquid first.
Santa was now shivering at an astounding rate, but his curiosity seemed unaffected. Junpei. What? He wanted out of the freezer now. It did seem rather odd. What? The ice thing? That's just how it works, isn't it? I mean, I want out of the freezer, obviously. What does this choice have anything to do with? His patience wearing
How the
thin.
hell would I know? And how the hell is that gonna help us get out of here? We don't have time for this crap.
No, we do. That's not
But
what
it
I
can
meant.
turn into a liquid.
What?
Carbon dioxide turns to liquid if you put it under high enough pressure.
This isn't really a good time for a chat about science.
No, okay, listen. Just because I chose that option doesn't mean I wanted to be a jerk about it.
I was wondering the same thing.
Wondering what?
Wondering why carbon dioxide doesn't turn into a liquid unless it's under pressure.
Right? It just seems weird.
Well, okay, the weirdness of the science doesn't really
There's a
matter that
liquid
much.
between 32 degrees and 212 degrees. So why isn't that the case for carbon dioxide?
Why do you all just know this
H2O and
information?
CO2 are pretty similar.
No, they're not. They're totally different substances. Look, guys, if we keep this up, we're just gonna freeze to death. You good with that? You wanna die talking about sublimation and gases? Cause I sure as hell don't.
He fixed both of
Let's
them
get
with a
back
glare.
into work.
But
Assuming you don't want to end up like a pair of ice sculptures.
Junpei turned around, the problem dealt with. That's not really
but
what I wanted
Junpei-
to do. Or so he thought.
There's a kind of ice that doesn't turn into liquid when it goes above 32 degrees. I heard about it. Its melting point is 96 degrees.
Ice with a melting point of 96 degrees? You mean there's water that freezes at 96 degrees?
Yeah, well, you could also look at it as ice that won't melt until it's 96 degrees.
Water that freezes at 96 degrees. Ice that won't melt until it's 96 degrees. That's interesting. Junpei had to ask.
So what's this ice with a melting point of 96 degrees called?
I heard it's called Ice 9.
Ice 9?
Originally, Ice 9 was a made-up substance invented by a science fiction author. But recently, scientists have discovered that such a substance actually exists.
Wait, hold up. So is this thing called Ice 9, or is it water?
Like I said, if the ice is over 96 degrees, it'll be liquid. If it's under that, it'll solidify. So you could think of it as a polymorph of H2O. Here, think of it like diamonds and graphite. They're both made of carbon, right? But depending on the structure of the crystallization, the hardness and structure are completely different.
So you're saying normal water and this Ice 9 are like that?
Yup. Have you heard the story about the crystallization of glycerin? For 150 years after the discovery of glycerin, people cooled it.
Sorry, June. I needed to sneeze. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Your fascinating story about this thing that I don't even know if it's real or not.
They did all sorts of things to it. But whatever they did, it never crystallized. However, one day in 1920, some glycerin on its way to England by ship was discovered to have crystallized during the trip. Scientists around the world wanted to research this new crystallized form of glycerin and asked for seeds. Oh, a seed is a sample of the original crystallized substance. With a seed crystal, further crystallization of glycerin would be easy. However, something very strange happened. Not only did the glycerin encouraged by seed crystals begin to crystallize, even the samples nearby did, even though they were tightly sealed. And it didn't end there. After that day, it doesn't matter where in the world it is. All glycerin crystallizes naturally when cooled to less than 64 degrees. Before that day, no matter how glycerin was cooled, it refused to crystallize. But once the crystallization had begun, it was almost like, how do I put it? It was almost like all the glycerin in the world was communicating.
Oh my god, this again?
Communicating
Okay.
in some way that we can't sense. And now it's happening everywhere.
Junpei. Oh my god. I want to be nice, but I also... This sounds... Wow, so impressive. It was, in fact, a pretty interesting story.
It's pretty interesting. But, what does that have to do with Ice 9?
Yeah. To his surprise, it was Santa, not June, who answered.
What she's saying is that it's a lot like Ice 9. What happened, I mean.
A lot like? Oh, that would be bad. If water everywhere started freezing at 96 degrees? Man.
It'd be the end of the world.
How does that have anything to do with it? I don't... Junpei felt Santa might not be treating the idea of the end of the world with proper concern.
At any rate, we're not gonna have to worry about the end of the world unless we can get out of here pretty damn quick.
Yeah. Can we look again? He was right. Junpei shivered.
Alright guys, I think that's enough of that. I didn't think we'd get quite this far off topic. I mean, I know I'm kinda at fault here, but we can't be screwing around anymore. So seriously, I might go by the name Santa right now, but I didn't grow up in Iceland. I freaking hate the cold. So let's get cracking, alright? We gotta find a way out of here.
Santa stomped off, clearly doing his best to pretend the cold wasn't affecting him.
Selfish, isn't he?
Still, Santa was right, and it was high time they got back to their
Ice
search.
9 is interesting and all, but we can discuss it more once we get out of this freezer.
Yes. Junpei looked at June, nodded, and resumed his search of the room. There's water dripping from this pipe. It looks like when the pipe burst, the water hit the doorknob and froze it in place. This water actually seems almost warm. Dude, you're putting your hand on the water in this freezing cold freezer? That is gonna freeze your hand. No good. I can't hit it hard enough to break it. Maybe it just needs more of a shock, you know? More of a shock? Okay, that's the same. It's a thin pipe. What do we have? A knife. Hey, Junpei. Didn't you find some dry ice earlier? Yeah. There's warm water coming out of that pipe. Warm water and dry ice. What do you think would happen if we put that stuff in a sealed container together? True. There's some frozen meat up there. Looks like pork. What's this? Looks like a tag or something. What? Junpei, is there a slip of paper in that meat? I think there's something written on here, but I can't read it like this. If we try and pull it out, it'll probably rip. You need to defrost that. Don't think we're gonna be doing that in this room. Yeah, it'll probably be a thing for later. Everything's frozen here. Doesn't look like there's anything else interesting. What? There's so much stuff in here. Why don't we take some of it out, Junpei? Water bottle. A water bottle. Yes, it is. Alright. Rope. It's a rope. Well, we could use it to attach something to something else, I suppose. Okay. I'm assuming that's a hint. Isn't anything else that looks useful? Let me open this up again. Make sure I clicked everything. What? It's really hard. It's frozen stiff. Hey June, can you say that again? Eh? Say it again. It's really hard. Again. It's really hard. Thanks. Something wrong, Junpei? Your face is bright red. Nothing, I'm fine. If it's that hard, you can probably use it as a hammer. Yeah, good point. Maybe we can use it to break something. Break something. Okay, I'm gonna assume that we have all the pieces, right? This thing's covering something. It's frozen solid. I can't flip it over. Can I... Hold on, actually. There's warm water flowing from the pipe. Hello. Warm water. Warm water. I thought maybe we'd be able to... Okay, let's try combining this with stuff. No. Okay. Okay. Let's start off by putting the dry ice into the water bowl. Well, that's what I was trying to do. Oh, duh. Obviously. What? Alright. I guess that works too. Alright, the dry ice is all in pieces now. Dry ice crumpled. Combine. Put these together. So you put the dry ice into the water bottle, Junpei. If it explodes, it could probably blast away the ice on the door. So, how are we gonna get it to stay against the doorknob? Let's just tie the rope on here. Beautiful. Hey, why don't we use that rope to tie the water bottle onto the doorknob? We just have to put some water in it, and then we can get a good whack with something. Kaboom! It'll explode and break the ice off the door. Then what are we waiting for? I can't take this cold any longer. Alright. Girl, it's fine. I'll get you out of here. There's warm water. Warm water. Warm water dripped from the ruptured pipe near the door. I don't understand why it didn't let me.
Dry ice.
That's
and make
what
sure the lid's closed.
That's what I was trying to do, but okay.
Now I just have to put this makeshift bomb on the doorknob. Alright, that's set. So, what do we do now?
We just need to give it a little, tap. The bottle's already about to pop. If we just throw a rock or something at it, it'll go off all on its own.
A small rock. Huh. A small rock.
Junpei looked down at the floor. Scattered across were pieces of dry ice left over from a large chunk he crushed earlier. Dude, I don't think you're supposed to touch dry ice. Be careful.
Right. This ought to do the trick.
He pulled his... Okay, good. I was like, dude, you're not supposed to touch that. He pulled his sleeve down over his hand to keep from getting burnt and grabbed the chunk of dry ice.
Dry ice, huh? Not a bad idea.
It was a pretty good size. About as big as a pool ball.
Guys, stand back. Actually, we should probably hide somewhere.
Both Santa and June looked at him with new concern.
Where exactly do you expect us to hide, genius?
Open up the floor thing and hide behind the door.
There isn't really anywhere big enough.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, there is. Look, right here. We can hide in there.
Junpei pulled open the door to the small cellar. You don't even need to hide in... Oh, I guess the door opens to the side. I thought it opened backwards. Then they could hide behind the door. Santa and June nodded and jumped down into the hole. Junpei quickly followed. Don't warn Lotus that there's going to be an explosion or anything like that. In his hand, he could feel the chill of the frozen carbon dioxide even through his sleeve. He tightened his grip, took aim, and prepared to throw.
All right, here I go.
I'd laugh if he missed.
3, 4, 5.
What the?
You're counting the wrong way.
Yes.
Oh, oops.
That is a really sad excuse for a joke, man.
Sorry, dude. All right, for real this time. You guys ready?
Yes, whenever you're ready.
Just throw the damn thing.
All right, here I go. 3, 2, 1.
Miss. Junpei threw the chunk of dry ice as hard as he could. With the same motion, he ducked down into the cellar with Santa and June, just as... Aw. I wanted him to miss. Junpei leapt up out of the cellar and ran to the door.
Junpei! The ice on the door! Is it gone?
Yeah, it's gone.
The blast must have shattered it.
Yes. All right, let's see if it opens.
Junpei grabbed the knob and pushed with all his might. The door gave way easily, and all three of them tumbled out of the freezer at once.
Hooray! We're out!
June, relieved, collapsed on the floor.
Move!
Santa shoved past Junpei and ran straight to the grill. Yeah, I was just gonna say. Wait, grabbed? Don't grab the grill, you idiot.
Oh, god damn it! Hold on. Fuck!
Are you an idiot? What? I was gonna say go over to the grill and like warm yourself by it, not grab it. He proceeded to kick the grill in a futile but amusing fit of
Well, you
rage.
did just grab the grill. What did you think would happen?
Yeah, you dummy.
Hey, where's Lotus?
It took Junpei only a moment to find her. She was sitting on the counter, idly scratching her chest.
Welcome back. I was starting to get tired of waiting for you guys.
Yeah, no need to, like, continue searching or helping. Just sit there. That's fine. With a great yawn, Lotus lowered herself off of the counter. Junpei clenched his teeth and walked towards her.
What were you doing?
What do you mean, what was I doing? I was waiting.
Why?
We were gonna die.
Oh, yeah? But you didn't. So everything worked out all right, didn't it?
I don't like her. I don't like her. Even though she makes, like, the random stupid joke, I still don't like
What
her.
the hell?
Just kidding. It might not look like it, but I was really worried.
Oh, don't give me that crap.
I'm telling the truth. I mean, if you died, then I'd be in trouble too. If you died, then I'd be stuck here, and I'd die too. See?
So you weren't worried about us, you were worried about you.
I did all I could. I even looked around to see if there was anything I could use to pry open the door. But I couldn't find anything. So, all I could do was wait. I mean, what else did you want me to do? Call the cops?
You could keep searching the room and continue to, like, do the investigation as we're stuck. It's true there wasn't much she could have done, but something about her tone. Junpei gritted his
Fine.
teeth.
But there's one thing I have to ask you.
What's that?
You didn't close the door, did you?
Yes.
What? You think I closed the door on you? Why would I do something like that? It closed on its own. I told you before, if you die, then I die too.
Yeah, I guess so.
It seemed that an accident was the only explanation for the door's closure. I don't believe
She really
that.
wanted to kill us. All she had to do was bar the door from the outside. But she didn't. Well, she didn't do anything. She's only lazy, or negligent at least, not an attempted murderer.
Junpei swallowed his anger and did his best to apologize.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I doubted you.
I still doubt her. I think she closed the door, but she wasn't thinking about it.
Oh, yes, well that's all right. As long as you understand.
Lotus looked away and twirled her hair between her fingertips. His vengeance against the grill complete, Santa swaggered back towards Junpei and Lotus.
Hey, no more screwing around, you two. Break time's over. Especially for you, lady. You've just been sitting on that fat ass of yours while we were freezing to death.
How rude! I was plenty busy.
Yeah. How about you put all that energy into something besides bitching? Let's go.
Yeah. Okay, let's cook a meat. Is this girl? Let's cook us some meat. Da, 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 da. Guess I'll put this meat on the grill. Hey, what are you doing? What are you going to do if the paper burns? Come on, it'll be fine. I mean, it's not like it's gonna burn right away, right? We're just gonna keep an eye on it, and the paper will be fine. Well, they can argue all they want. I'm gonna keep an eye on this pork. Looks like it's about time. I'm gonna try taking the paper out. Jumpy, be careful. Sweet of her to care, but I know what I'm... Ouch! See? I told you. Hey, what the hell are you doing? Hurry up and take the paper out. It's not coming out. The thing's frozen stiff. I can't get it out. So are we going to have to cut the meat? Yeah, looks that way. Good thing we have a knife. Alright, now that I've sharpened the knife... Yes, I cut the pork. Awesome, Junpei. Now we can cut out the paper. C plus 10 plus F. Okay. C plus 10 plus F. Do you think it's some kind of code? Damn it, they're just screwing around. Junpei, do you know what C and F stand for? Yeah, it's the hexadecimal thing. Do you think it means corporate finance? I thought it was clever and funny. God, these guys have so much time for jokes. Okay, C plus 10 plus F. Okay, well, is 10 hexadecimal or is 10... So I'm assuming it's 12 plus 16 plus 15. So 12 plus 16, that's 28. Plus 15, 38, 43. Is that right? This is probably what you're supposed to use to enter the password. Maybe if we put in the right number, it'll open the oven door. Junpei, maybe the note you found earlier. Yeah, I know. Do you know how to enter those numbers? I think E is for enter and C is for clearing. So basically, I'm ready to submit my answer. I press E. So if I screw up, I just press C, right? Lotus nodded. All right, let's give it a shot. I think it's 43. Haha! Sounds like metal is falling. Well, I guess that went well. Open. Yeah! The door opened. Good job, Junpei. Haha, haha, haha. Wait. Are we gonna be able to use this to open? Oh, are we gonna come out of where we found the door that had the Saturn symbol on it? Or is this, are we gonna be able to use it for that room? This looks like a lowercase h with a line through it is throwing me off. It's the Saturn symbol. Remember, there was an elevator next to the main staircase. Right, it was an elevator that had it. Wasn't there a mark like this on the card reader next to it? Oh yeah, I remember that. I guess that means that that card ain't gonna help us get out of this room then. I'm not sure. Why don't we try it out? Yeah, worth a shot. Plate must be for putting stuff in the oven, I'm gonna assume. It doesn't seem hot at all. Man, if the car got burned in here, I'm never gonna forgive Zero. Well, it didn't, so we're fine. Beep, 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 beep. Yes, I think it's unlocked now. You did it, Junpei. Let's get out of here. Yes, let's go. You found it.
I think we've been here before.
Yeah. We're on the other side. Okay. A metal gate stretched from wall to wall. Beyond it, there were 2 elevators in the entrance to the kitchen.
Elevators are over there, so that means...
We went into the kitchen through that door and came out on this side.
That means the map was right.
Looks like.
Then let's use it to plan our next move.
Next move?
Yeah, we need to decide where to go from here, don't we?
He's right. Let's get started.
From the looks of it, there are 4 possible routes. Let's just keep it simple and call them A, B, C, and D.
Okay. A and B lead to like the same place though, don't they?
First, A and B.
They both seem to connect to a room that looks L-shaped.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were 2 doors. But they were both locked. We couldn't open them.
Now, route C.
When did you have time to check? Are you saying you checked it just now? When did you check these doors?
This goes all the way to the main staircase.
That means it's door 5, one of the numbered doors.
Hmm?
Then do you think we would meet up with the other 4 after this hallway?
No, I don't think we will.
Why not?
Look, there by the stairs. See how the gate is opened? When we went into the kitchen, it was closed.
Does that mean they came out and we missed them?
But it's open now. What do you think that means?
They opened it.
Most likely.
And if we take Route C, we're going backwards.
That would be pointless.
So
And that
there's only
means-
D. Yeah. They all looked at the staircase, its lazy curve leading down deeper into the ship.
Route D, then.
D it is.
Yup, Route D.
Then we're set.
I assume we're gonna meet up with people now. They jogged down the stairs until they reached the C deck.
Everything looks okay here.
Let's check the next deck just to be sure.
Yeah, just like I thought. D-deck is totally underwater.
Just like the bottom of the central staircase.
The water gazed back at them, its smooth surface like a
At least
great
the water
mirror.
level hasn't really changed.
Small comfort.
May as well head back to C deck.
What else is here?
There are 2 elevators over there at the top of the stairs. Just like the floor above.
Hold on. These are kind of different. See? There's a card reader on the side.
Is it gonna have the Saturn symbol? No.
Another strange mark.
That's a frick. I forget.
Hey, look! It's Lotus's symbol.
What? What?
Huh?
See? It's the woman symbol with horns on it.
Alright, Junpei.
That seems like... Oh, ouch, 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 ouch!
Lotus had taken a hold of Junpei's hair. She began to shake him violently, and he thought he heard a low growl coming from her throat.
What was that about the mark again?
Nothing.
Such violence. Junpei began to wonder if she was not the devil itself. With an uncomfortable smile, June spoke up.
This is a Mercury symbol.
Right,
The
Mercury.
horns symbolize the wings on Hermes' staff.
Hermes, herpes, whatever.
What?
If we can't get this thing to work, these elevators aren't going anywhere.
In other words, we need a key card with the Mercury symbol on it.
Probably.
I guess we can't get on then. Let's just disregard the elevators for now.
I wonder what... I assume that the other group also got a card key. I wonder if
How
they
about this
got
hallway
one
on the
with that
left?
on it.
Whoa,
No.
there's so many doors.
They weren't sure how many, but certainly enough to be discouraging.
Damn it. If we try and search all these, the sun's gonna go down before we've done half of them.
I think the sun already set.
I have a feeling this ship is the only thing that's going to be going down anytime soon.
That's even worse.
Well, we can come back to this hallway later. Let's check the hallway on the other side, shall we?
Time to head back to the stairs.
To their right was a small
Now the right
hallway.
hallway.
Quickly, they headed into it. It was approximately the same size as the alcove in front of the stairs. The hallway led toward the stern. The hallway led toward the stern, and at its end was a set of double doors.
There are doors here too. Well, I guess it's just 4 this time.
Let's
Let's
open
each
'em.
take a door.
All right, let's start with this one.
Junpei nodded and grabbed one of the closest to him. He gave it a small tug, and it felt it move.
It isn't locked. I'm going to open it.
Thrilled to have found an unlocked door, he threw it open. Junpei didn't know what to make of what he saw.
What?
Ooh, more doors. Wait, is this a... Uh-huh. Ooh, there's like 3 different doors. He simply stood unable to speak. Would this be like quarters for people to sleep in? Like... I'm trying to think of the word for it. Like poor people to sleep in? After a few long moments, Santa managed to speak.
What the hell is this? This place is huge.
A massive room stretched out in front of them, more a cavern than a room. Its vastness was oppressive, and it bore down on the 4 companions. It was not empty, however. The entire room was filled with lines upon lines of beds.
Oh, there are beds everywhere.
They were simple things, little more than pipe and thin mattresses.
Is this a hospital?
That was my other thought. But since we're on like a ship, I assume it's like quarters for people to sleep in who don't have money to like get actual rooms. Or quarters for staff, but that would be weird. He had at last been able to put a name to the harsh scent that pervaded the room.
It definitely has the smell.
Okay.
Could be. I see medicine cabinets and surgical tools.
Interesting.
Hey, look there. The 4 doors at the end.
3, 7, and 8. 3 of them were emblazoned with large single-digit numbers, made with thick red paint.
The left door says 3. The second door is blank, but the third has a 7. And the rightmost door is 8. There's no doubt. They're numbered doors.
Why
I want
is
to go
the
through
second
door 7.
blank? That seems kind of strange, don't you think?
7 is my favorite number. Let's go through that one. Although we need other people.
No point worrying about it right now. Let's see if these will open first.
Yes, that sounds like a good plan.
Junpei headed towards the doors, weaving his way between the beds. Waving his way between the beds. He started with door 3 on the left and moved to the right until he reached door 8. Why are you trying? It's... Okay, that one makes sense to try. But these ones don't make sense to try because they have the things on them.
Oh, it's no use.
Well, of course. If it was that easy to open these doors, what would be the point of the notary game?
Yeah, we gotta use
We
bracelets.
have to activate the red, or the numbered doors won't... Wait a minute.
What's wrong?
Look, the display on the red. There's nothing on it.
Oh.
Huh?
What?
Don't you remember? The red at the central staircase? If no one was inside, it said vacant.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But this one...
There's nothing on it.
Right?
I wonder if it's broken.
Only one way to find out.
It's not responding.
All 4 took turns placing their hands over the red, but it refused to respond. They pulled at the lever and it still did nothing. As soon as they discovered it wasn't the only red for door... What? As they soon discovered, it wasn't the only red for door 8 that was behaving strangely. Okay.
How about the red on door 7? And door 3?
None of them are working.
What does it mean?
I knew it. They're broken. Zero sure sucks at maintenance.
No, that's impossible. You really think Zero, who prepared all of this, would make such a stupid, simple mistake?
Maybe, but that doesn't explain why this thing ain't working.
It was that it was at that moment they heard a voice from behind them. Is it the others?
I believe the bottom of the device has been removed.
Oh. They spun around to see. Why is it just you?
Snake!
But it was more than... Okay, I was thinking, where did everybody else go?
Ace, Clover, 7.
Nobody died. That's good. Although they were glad to see one another, it wasn't terribly surprising that they had. If it had been the other party who'd opened the gate in front of the kitchen, it wasn't unreasonable that they'd bump into one another eventually. The rest of Snake's team, however, did look rather surprised.
How did you guys?
How did you
Same
end
way
up
that
here?
you did. It led to the same area. Surprise,
My
surprise.
line?
Perhaps we should exchange information.
Yes. After a moment of silence and surprise, everyone suddenly began to talk, desperate to exchange information. They talked about the rooms they'd been through and how they ended up in the same place. Of course, none of it was very useful information, but that hardly mattered. They were happy to simply see one another again. Although the level of cheer varied greatly from person to person, each of them was wearing some manner of smile, almost as though they had already forgotten about the death of the ninth man. No, thought Junpei, perhaps that wasn't it. Perhaps thoughts of his death were what drove them to smile at one another. Not in a morbid or hateful way, no. The ninth man had died. But they were still alive, and that was something to be happy about. A sort of simple, uncomplicated joy, Junpei thought. The joy of being alive. Still alive. He felt sorry for the ninth man, but more than anything, Junpei was just happy to be alive.
There you have it. Our half of the story.
His part finished, Ace fell silent. For a moment, Junpei was silent in thought. Then he spoke.
Okay, let me see if I got all this straight. When you guys got here, the bases for the Reds were already gone.
And you looked all over this room, but you couldn't find anything.
So you figured that there might be something in the hallway with all the doors.
So you went and had a look?
Yeah.
And while you were looking around, you heard voices.
Uh-huh.
For a second, I was like, voices, but it was us.
So you followed the voices and came back here.
Indeed. And that was how we found you.
Why don't we check those 3 Reds again, just in case?
You're right. Huh,
Pretty sure
there's
they'll
a
still
long,
be broken.
thin gap on the bottom.
Okay.
I think it's a slot for something. Probably electronic.
Well, this isn't good. If the red is inactive, we can't keep going.
Well, what about that hallway over there? Isn't there anywhere else we can go?
No, there isn't. There are plenty more hospital rooms, but nothing else.
Hospital rooms. That's what's behind all those doors?
That's a lot of beds for hospital patients.
Yes.
Hello?
There are a number of individual rooms in addition to this large one.
There was a door at the end of the hallway, but it was locked.
There was an astrological symbol engraved near the keyhole, however. I was able to
it
get a
Saturn?
good feel of it. I believe it was the symbol of Jupiter.
Not again. Those goddamn things are everywhere.
I wonder what they all mean.
For a moment, everyone was silent, deep in thought. So, I like the novel mode because it gives like more context and like narration and stuff, but it is also annoying that it like covers up the sprites and stuff like that. I kind of wish they'd have just incorporated it into like the box down here where the narration is just in that box.
While we're asking what things mean, what's the deal with this room? I mean, I thought this was a cruise ship, but I can't imagine a cruise ship would have a hospital like this.
Of all people, it was Seven who answered, with a calm confidence.
Well, I figure it's probably a hospital ship. Chances are it's the Gigantic.
What?
The gigantic?
Junpei looked confused. So did everyone else.
What is this gigantic?
Seven knit his brows for a moment, then began to explain.
The gigantic. She was a sister ship to the Titanic, built in the early 20th century.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the Titanic had two sister ships, and they looked exactly the same. The gigantic was said to be one of them. They intended to make her a passenger liner like the Titanic, but World War I began soon after the ship launched. The British Navy took her over and made her a hospital ship. At some point during the war, the gigantic was damaged by a German mine in the Aegean Sea. She ran aground afterwards, so she didn't end up sunk. What happened to her after that? One theory going around is that a man named Lord Gourmet bought her. Seemed like he'd been one of the few to survive the Titanic sinking. That trauma turned him into some kind of obsessive collector of all things related to the Titanic. Soon enough, the guy wanted the Titanic itself. Which was impossible, of course. It's stuck at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. But the gigantic wasn't. And seeing as she was identical...
So you're saying this Lord Gourmet bought this ship?
Yeah, at least I think I am.
That's impossible. No way we're in some boat that's almost 100 years old.
I mean, it is, like, we did kind of establish that it's basically a replica of the Titanic, so it would make sense.
Pipe down. Just pay attention. What, that's it? Well, have you got any proof?
Proof?
Proof that this ship is really the gigantic.
Well, this ship's got stuff that's like the Titanic and a hospital ship.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just figured.
Oh, for goodness. Don't tell me that's your only reason.
I mean...
No, I've got more.
Like?
Well, I mean...
Seven looked around desperately, doing anything to avoid meeting Lotus's piercing stare. He scratched his head for a moment, then gave up. Finally, he opened his mouth.
I don't know.
Lotus sighed and shook her head.
I guess your memory isn't back yet, is it?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Hey, whoa, wait a minute. Memory isn't back?
Wait, what? Junpei was, he felt, legitimately shocked by what seemed to be new and very important information. Everyone else, however, seemed unimpressed. In fact, they all looked at Junpei as though he had said something very strange.
Yeah?
Your point being?
He decided to revise his attitude for the next
Wait,
question.
Was I the only one that didn't know?
Everyone nodded. Well, y'all can't look at me like that when you didn't tell me.
Why?
Oh, yeah, I guess I didn't tell you, huh? I told the rest of them before we ran into you on the stairs. I told them I couldn't remember a damn thing from before I woke up.
What?
Then, almost as if to save Junpei from further embarrassment, more time has passed. A bell began to ring from somewhere far away.
Bell?
It sounds like the clock in the main stairway.
Junpei counted each chime carefully.
11, 12. 12.
9. So that means it's been 3 hours?
It's midnight.
We're a third of the way in.
And we've still got 6 hours left, right?
We don't have any time to screw around. Let's get going. We gotta find the missing parts for the Reds.
What do you mean, find? How on earth do you propose we do that?
We've looked everywhere in this room. That only leaves one place to look.
One?
Well, not just one.
Wait. Don't tell me you mean we need to search all of the other rooms.
I mean, there are a ton of us. We can get through these. I have
Don't
faith.
freak out. We've already searched 4 of them.
4 rooms?
We just have to split up the rest between the 8 of us.
Yeah.
If each of us can do 6 rooms apiece, we'll have the other 48 rooms cleared
Oh
in no
god.
time.
That's a lot more rooms than I thought there was.
There are 48 other rooms.
Her earlier experiences had apparently not encouraged Lotus to trust Seven. Seven scratched his head awkwardly.
Maybe?
Alright, so everyone knows which area they're searching?
Yeah.
Yes!
Junpei was chosen to search the rooms on the starboard side, moving from fore to aft.
We'll all meet up when the clock goes off again.
Okay, so we got an hour.
How about in that room with all the beds?
Yeah. Sounds straightforward enough.
But what if somebody finds something, like, right away?
I'll shout if I find any of the components we need.
Okay, yeah.
I hope we can find them within the time limit.
Wait, are we all, like, splitting up individually? How's he gonna find
If
anything?
we can't, then we'll just have to come up with another plan.
Right.
Then let's do this.
The details decided, they left to begin searching. Out into the hallway they went, each to rooms they'd been assigned. However, okay, I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna make sure to save. Yes, I want to save. And we'll find out what happened next time. I don't know if anybody found anything. That's a little concerning. I assumed we would, like, at least have to look through one room. But, oh well, I guess we'll find out next time what happened. Ooh. I don't know why I made it sound like a spooky ghost was here, but it's a replica of the Titanic. There are many spooky ghosts.